Yarn sensation. Just click on my yarn lady or click the subscribe button. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Yarn Sensation, and you know that I'm happy that you are here with me today. So what I have is this cute little dress that I wanted to share with everyone, and this is the yarn that I will be using to complete this tutorial, and this is lightweight yarn number 3, and I also made the dress using 4 medium weight yarn, and it worked out fine as well. I used a 4.0 0mm crochet hook with the 4 medium weight yarn, and I'm using a 4.5mm crochet hook with the lightweight yarn. So with all of that said, I do have my Springfield doll that you do see a lot of with the outfits on that I make, and I do have an American doll that I also try the same dresses on to make sure it will fit both dolls, and you know they're both 18-inch doll, so hopefully that will help anyone that is trying to make these doll outfits for their dolls. And also I will upload the pattern, the written pattern, as soon as I can to my shop, so you're welcome to purchase it, and I really appreciate it if you do purchase as well. And I have made 3 of these dresses so far, working out the pattern, so I think I will do one more dress just to make sure that I have everything pretty much explained in the pattern to help everyone understand exactly what I'm trying to make with a written pattern. So with everything said, I will be using stitch markers. You're welcome to use stitch markers. I would recommend that you use stitch markers when we're making the dress, just to help with the stitch count when we create our arms or the shoulders. That way you will have an even look. And this dress will be made with the ripple stitch, and I love it. I thought it would be hard to make, but once I started doing it, I said, oh, okay, I got it. So I decided to make a dress using the ripple stitch, and I hope everyone will enjoy making it. And the top of the dress will be in the ripple, and then the bottom or the skirt will be double crochets. So hopefully everyone will enjoy making this doll dress, and I really want to thank you for spending a little time with me. So grab your tools and let's get started. Okay, to get started, you want to chain 42. Okay, once you have your chain of 42 for your first row, you want to place 1 double crochet into that second chain from the hook, and next you will place 1 double crochet into your next chain and 1 double crochet into the next chain, and you will repeat across, placing 1 double crochet in each chain across, and we will meet back at the end of this row. Okay, so I completed row 1, and I have a total of 41 double crochets. So next we want to start row 2. So you will chain 4, you want to turn your work, and what you will be doing is 1 treble crochet into this first stitch. So wrap your yarn around 2 times, place it into that first stitch, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops, and pull through 2 loops, and you completed that first treble. So next, in the next stitch, you will be placing 5 trebles. So wrap your yarn around your hook 2 times, place it into the stitch, complete 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you completed 5 trebles into that one stitch. So in the next stitch, you will complete 1 treble. So next, you will be skipping the next stitch and placing 1 treble into the next stitch. So we skipped a stitch and place a treble. So that will repeat, skip the next treble, skip the next treble, and you want to repeat that until you have a total of 8 sets of skip the next stitch, treble in the next stitch. Go ahead and complete that, and we will meet back. Okay, so I have completed my 8 sets of skip the next stitch, treble in the next, skip the next stitch, treble in the next, until I had a total of 8. So next, in our next stitch, you will be completing 5 trebles. So wrap your yarn around your hook and complete your 5 into this stitch, just as we did in this beginning. And go ahead and complete that, and we will meet back. Okay, so I have completed my 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the next stitch, right next to this one, you want to complete another set of 5 treble. So go ahead and complete those 5. Okay, so I have completed my 2 sets of 5 trebles. So next, what we will be doing is the pattern will start to repeat. So in our next stitch, you will complete 1 treble, and in the next stitches, you want to repeat your 8 sets of skip a stitch, treble. Okay, so I completed my set of skip a stitch, treble in the next. So before I go on, I'm just going to count to make sure I have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and the pattern is still repeating. So in the next 2 stitches, we will have our 5 sets of treble crochets just as we did here. So let's go ahead and complete. In the next 2 stitches, let's complete our 5 trebles in each one of those stitches, and we will meet back. Okay, so I completed my 2 sets of 5 trebles. So in that last stitch, you want to complete 1 treble. Okay, so we have completed rows 1 and 2. Okay, so for our next row, you want to chain 1. You will turn your work. And for this row, we will be completing 1 single crochet into that first stitch. So for the next stitch and each stitch across, except for our last stitch, we will be completing our front post single crochets. So to complete a front post single crochet, you want to go to your next stitch, and what you will be doing is placing your hook around that stitch, pulling your yarn around, and completing a single crochet. Go to the next, complete the same steps, single crochet, go to the next, single crochet, go to your next, single crochet, go to your next, single crochet. Okay, and this is what it will look like as you're completing the rows, and what it's doing is pushing your stitch out for the ripple. Okay, so let's go ahead and complete these front post single crochets, and we will meet back at our last stitch of the row. Okay, I am completing my last front post single crochet, and this is my last stitch, so I am just going to go around that chain to complete 1 single crochet. This pattern will start repeating, and what we will be doing is repeating our row 2 and our row 3. And what we want to do is work our next row, row 4, together. So you want to start with your chain 4, turn your work, and in that first stitch will be a triple or treble, and in the next stitch you want to complete your 5 trebles into that stitch. You can go ahead and work those. next stitch we want to complete 1 triple, and then remember our pattern will start with skipping this next stitch, completing a triple into the next stitch. You want to skip the next one and complete your triple, and go ahead and complete the remaining of your skip a stitch triple, and remember you will have 8 set of those. So let's go ahead and do that, and we will meet back. Okay, let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have my 8. So in that next stitch, and you can see the next stitch lines up with this one. So I need to complete my 5 triples in this stitch. Got my 5, and in the next stitch I need to complete my 5. So next you will complete that next triple in that next space, and your pattern will start. So skip this next stitch, triple, skip, triple, and repeat that until you have a total of 8, and we will meet back once we complete that. Okay, so I have completed my 8. So next I need to complete my 5 trebles in that next stitch. And go to my next stitch and complete 5. Okay, so next I want to place my 1 triple right in this stitch, and then the pattern starts again. Skip this next stitch. I want a triple in the next stitch, and we're close to the edge, so I will skip this next stitch, and I want a triple in this stitch, and I have my 1 stitch left, so I need to complete a triple. Next we need to repeat our row 3 for our row 5, and our row 5 will be our 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and then our front post single crochets in each stitch across, and you want to do 1 single crochet in the last stitch of the row. So let's go ahead, and we want to chain 1, we will turn our work. And in this first stitch will be our single crochet, and then our next stitch we want to complete that front post, single crochet, repeat, front post, single crochet for the next stitch, and you just want to repeat across, completing a front post, single crochet around each one of these posts all the way to the end, and we will meet back at our last stitch. Okay, so I am completing those last front post triples, and I have this one stitch behind, so I'm going to complete my single crochet there. Right where we stopped, we will be working along the sides, and along this side you want to have a total of 10 single crochets. So I have my 10. So next you want to chain 2, you want to turn, and what you will be doing next is placing 1 double crochet in the 10 single crochets that you just made. Okay, so now you can turn your work, because this will be the bottom. So what we want to do is place 1 stitch across in each stitch at the bottom, and that will be a half double crochet. So I will be placing 1 half double crochet here, and if you want you can place a stitch marker there just to let us know where we started our bottom stitch, and then you want to place 1 half double crochet in each stitch across, and we will meet back. Okay, so I am completing my last few half double crochets, and that is my last one, and I will place a stitch marker here. And like I said, it's totally up to you. I just like keeping up with my stitches. So next you want to repeat what you did, adding your single crochets up to the top. So go ahead and complete your single crochets on this side. Okay, so I have completed my 10 single crochets on this side. So next I want to chain 1, turn my work, and this time we will complete single crochets. So you want 10, okay, so that would be my 10th single crochet. So the next thing I will do is slip stitch into my half double crochet. I want to chain 1 and turn my work. And you want to single crochet once again back to the top of your work. Okay, and this is 10, and hopefully I did not confuse anyone, but I do have the pattern, the written pattern, available at my shop if you need any extra guidance, along with the photos as well. For row 7, you will be single crocheting across this top, and you just want to place 1 single crochet in each stitch. Count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Place your stitch marker. Count 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And you want to repeat the same for this side. Okay, so these stitches where we have the stitch markers will be for our shoulder when we create the armholes. Okay, so let's begin on row 8. To get started on row 8, you want to chain 1, turn your work. You will place 1 single crochet in each stitch up to this first stitch marker. Okay, in the stitch marker stitch, place 1 single crochet, and you want to chain 14. Okay, you will be skipping the stitches between these stitch markers, and I believe that will be 7 stitches, and you want to join into the stitch with this stitch marker, and you will be using a single crochet, and if need be you can always remove the stitch marker and complete a single crochet. Okay, so next you will single crochet across to the next stitch marker. And once you have your single crochets, you want to single crochet into the stitch with your stitch marker. You want to chain 14. You will skip the stitches between, and you want to complete a single crochet into the stitch with your stitch marker. And you want to single crochet across to this last stitch marker if you place one. If not, single crochet to the last stitch of this row. Okay, and if it does look a little uneven on one side, that's fine. We will fix that later. So next we will be working on row 9. So you want to chain 1, turn your work. Okay, so next you want to place 1 single crochet in each of the next single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go ahead and complete that. Okay, and 7 is right here below this chain. And next you want to place a total of 14 double crochets around this chain. Once you have 14, your next stitch would be right here. Look like it's attached to your chain. So in that stitch you want to complete 1 treble. In the next stitch you will complete 1 treble. You want to skip the next stitch, complete a treble, skip the next stitch, complete a treble, skip the next stitch and complete a treble. In the next stitch you will complete 5 trebles. Okay, and in the next stitch you want to complete 5 trebles. Okay, so next you will skip the next space. You want to complete a treble in the next stitch. Skip the next space, treble in the next. Skip the next space, treble in the next. And a treble in this last stitch. That's the one attached to your chain. Okay, and you want to complete your 14 double crochets around this chain. Next, you will place 1 single crochet in each stitch across. Okay, so row 10, you want to chain 1, turn your work. You will place 1 single crochet in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches. You want to complete a single crochet decrease. Next, you will complete front post single crochets across. Okay, so I am at the stitch marker, so I want to stop completing my front post single crochets. Okay, and you want to complete your single crochet decrease, and you want to place one single crochet in the remaining stitches to the end of the row. Okay, so next we need to single crochet along this side. We will not chain one. Once you complete your single crochets along this side, next you will chain two. You will place one double crochet into that same stitch, two double crochets into the next stitch, one double crochet into the next stitch, two double crochets into the next stitch, and you will repeat across, one double crochet in the next stitch, two double crochets, one double crochet, two double crochet, and we will meet back. Okay, so I am completing my last double crochet. Row 12, you want to chain two, turn your work, and you will be placing one double crochet in each stitch across. And for row 13 through 16, you will repeat row 12, placing one double crochet in each stitch, and we will meet back at row 17. Okay, so I am completing my row 16, and that's the last row of completing the double crochets. So for our last row, you want to chain one and turn your work. Okay, so for our last row, row 17, you want to place one single crochet into that first stitch, one single crochet into the next stitch, one single crochet into the next stitch, and just continue across, placing one single crochet in each stitch across, and we will meet back at the end of the row. Okay, so I am completing my last single crochet. I want to chain one, and what you want to do is fasten off, but when you fasten off, you want to leave a tail long enough to weave the sides together. Okay, so I'm just fastening off, and I did leave a long tail. So the next thing you want to do, this is our completed little dress. I love the colors. Okay, so with the dress, when you see these little ripples going across the front, this will be the front of our dress, or the right side of our dress, and then on the back everything will be flat. So that's how you will know the wrong from the right side. So with your right side facing you, you want to pull your sides together, and you just want to even your stitches, get everything pulled. And if you need, you can also use a stitch marker to hold these sides together. Just find that top stitch, and that will hold that in place. And with your yarn needle, you will just be stitching this together. And you can cut what's left. And the next thing you will do is turn it to the right side. At this time, you can try your little dress on to your doll, see how it fits, make any adjustments that you need. And this is really easy, and it is optional. I made a little headband for my doll to go with her dress, so I just used the same yarn color, and you just want to make a chain of 70. Once you have your chain of 70, you want to weave these yarn tail into the chain. And the only thing I do is just go into one of the chains a couple of times and make a secure knot. You can repeat this as much as you like. And you just want to cut the remaining yarn tail off. Get as close as you can. You can add some glue if you like to the back, or get rid of that little fuzziness. So with this, be a cute little headband for your doll, and you can make a cute little bow once you attach it to her hair. And I hope everyone enjoyed watching this tutorial, and I hope that you will find it easy to follow. Once again, thanks everyone for spending a little time with Yarn Sensation, and enjoy your day.